Soil profile. What is soil profile? Well, this profile is not talking about celebrity and their whereabouts. We're talking about the arrangement of soil. Bottom to top is arrangement. Okay, so have you ever interested yourself in seeing maybe an excavator or somebody digging a pit downward? That person will dig first and get this black soil. Then there is some soil that is reddish, and after that they start hitting hard on a rock. That is soil. That ditch, that pit can give us an idea of how soil is arranged. Soil is made up of three major layers, that is topsoil, subsoil, and the parent rock. So the layers are topsoil is where we move, is where we plant our crops. It's where most life in soil actually happens. So the topsoil is what we see in a garden. Topsoil is the topmost layer of soil. So let's talk about them in detail, beginning with topsoil. Just the way the name suggests, it's the topmost part of soil. And in this part of soil is where we find most life, most animal life, most plant life taking place. This soil has a lot of humus because that's where the most rotting takes place. It has most of the plant roots. This soil has most of the organism life. It is more aerated. Than the other layers. Than the other layers. And it has more water than the other layers of soil. So you see, it has the most humus, it has the most air, it has the most water. Most definitely should have the most organisms and the most plant roots. So we're now going to talk about subsoil. Sub is more like beneath something else, under something else, and that is the next layer of soil as you go down the soil layers. Subsoil. Soil has fewer roots, and those are for the plants, the large trees that dig deeper in search for water. So it will have the tap roots of really huge trees that can find their way down. It has much less humus, much less air, much less moisture, and much less organisms compared to topsoil. So it has see people doing bricklaying. They dig deep, they start with this black soil and go on, and the soil that they remain with is the soil as they go deeper, it's not as black, and it's a bit orangish or reddish brown. So that is the subsoil. Beyond that is where we find the parent rock. The rock that gave rise to these particles very many years ago before you and I were here. Let's talk about the basement rock. By that we mean the rock that has not been broken down to soil particles, to small soil particles. It's actually the most important part of the soil because it determines what type of topsoil we're going to have. Do you know some soils are very black? Some soils are not very black. Some soils have a lot of minerals in them. Some soils don't. Some soils are really red, and those are all because of the parent rock. Just as you know that different stones have different colors because of the rock from which they were hewn. So it contains unweathered rock. It also contains a number of minerals that are added because of fertilizers. We're talking about the minerals that are naturally found within soil. They arise from this basement rock. It also contains some fungi and bacteria and other microorganisms that can survive without light, without a lot of air, like we saw. Now this is the point. If somebody is digging down soil, that's the point they will have to crack with a hard hammer to break a rock. We don't have a lot of organisms there. There are no snails, there are no rodents, there are no earthworms, because they live mostly on the top soil. So those are the different layers of soil, and those are what we call soil profile. So soil profile talks about the arrangement of the different soil layers from top to bottom, starting with topsoil, followed by subsoil, and then followed by the parent rock, or what we call the basement rock. So, after looking at all that, we got to interest ourselves in the importance of soil. Why do we bother ourselves with the layering of soil, the components of soil? Let us now look at the importance of soil. Why is soil that important? I guess you're already thinking about some importances. For example, soil it is the one that provides anchorage to plants. Except a few plants that are water plants that live in water, the majority of the plants we have on planet Earth anchor themselves, grow their roots in soil. So importance number one is that it provides anchorage to plant roots. Mushrooms too, which are fungi. Anchorage is like those things that the plant roots hold on to be able to support the rest of the plant body up. If that soil doesn't have a lot of water, the plants will grow their roots even deeper, as deep as they are able to obtain water. Soil is home to different organisms, both macro and micro. also stores water. It's more like a reservoir of water. And very many people actually depend on this water for their life and the lives of the animals. They dig at a certain depth and water gushes out with streams. Some of that water finds its way still underground to rivers and lakes. Those are the underground streams of water. It's where we carry out agriculture.